What's going on, everybody? Welcome to ATI. And you know what that means? That means it is after the impact with the insiders, and we are back to talk about the show we just saw. Now, thankfully, we didn't have any technical glitches. Well, I did, apparently, because, I don't know how to sign into YouTube properly, apparently. But other than that, we got through it. See, we all got through this together. Nobody spoiled anything major. So there you go. We're learning as we go. But we got through it together. And welcome to all of those who are here with us late night. And we are going to talk about what we just saw on Impact Wrestling. Of course, as always with me, Jeff. It was a good show. Let's start there. You guys in the chat, let us know if you came out and watched it tonight, obviously. Let us know what your scores are. Let me see who's here. Jen, what's up, Jen? How are you? Dylan is here. James is here. Warren's here. J-Hub is here. J-Hub says a fucking shell, yeah. Not just a shell, yeah, but a fucking shell, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Cheese Whiz is here as well. So, all right. Guys, give us your scores. Let us know what you thought of Impact tonight. And let us know what some of the highlights were for you. I'm sure Jeff and I already have ours kind of together as well on what we saw and what were the memorable things that are going to come out of tonight. So, Jeff, what's your score for the show tonight? What did you think of Impact? Now, we missed the one last week a little bit. We caught some of it, but it was so crazy, so we couldn't really say what our scores and stuff were. But what did you think of tonight's show?
Man, I thought it was a great show. I mean, kind of setting up for Emergence. I thought it was a really good show. For me, like, I'm going back and forth in my head between like an 8.25 and 8.5. I think I'm going to go with an 8.5 because the matches that we got, I felt like they were good matches. Not a big fan of the DQ finish, but this is where a DQ finish makes sense because obviously we're going to get a match between David Finlay and Jay White on Saturday. So how do you make the tension for that a little bit bigger? You have a finish like this, and that kind of adds heat to the program. So I'm cool with it, ultimately because it makes sense storyline wise. John Skyler, if folks haven't seen him before, you got a good chance to see him tonight. That was good. And then, Brian Myers being that, that sleazy heel, old school heel. I mean, what else can you ask for? So, yeah, 8.5 for tonight. I thought it was really good. And don't sleep on Daivari because, I mean, yes, he's a well-traveled man, but there's a reason why he's well-traveled.
Yeah, listen, there was, again, we talk about the one thing that I enjoy so much about this show and why it's one of my favorite shows every week is because it always seems like there's so much going on and a lot happening. And we saw a lot of that again tonight. Little things that they do that kind of might pass people over as being something behind the scenes that ends up coming back to be a big thing. One of the things you may want to pay attention to is all the people that ganged up on Morrissey and put Morrissey out of that battle royal. Be careful of that. Because watch now that guy gets even more furious with everyone in Impact than he already is and gets even more beast-like than he already is. So keep your eye on that because that can certainly come back and be a big thing going forward and a big storyline going forward for them. All right. Brian Myers gets a world title shot. This is a guy who had a gimmick of being on a serious losing streak in WWE to now a top contender in Impact. I think I'm lagging here. Let me see. A little bit.
Just
let me hold on. Let me go off camera real quick.
Okay.
And I'll come back on.
That's kind of scary, me on the big screen by myself. So not gonna lie.
James Chadwick says I'm gonna go 8.75 out of 10. I am gonna again, so you have am I still lagging? Let me see. Hello. Yeah, I am a little bit. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. It is what it is. You're going to watch me lag. All right. So J-Hub said 7 out of 10. Brian Myers gets a world title shot. This is a guy who had a gimmick of being a serious losing streak in WWE to now a top contender in Impact. Yeah, very true. Hello, everyone. Impact was dope, says SwackFan100. I'm going to go 8.75. I said with James Chadwick, of course. Yeah, but, I mean, to me, the Morrissey thing was something to watch for. I think I loved the Su Yung thing. And how that played out with Kimberly. Kimberly looks amazing. And now, they, like I said, they dragged her away. And again, people in the chat mentioned they really do a good job with that, of getting people, of kind of saying goodbye to people that are leaving Impact. So again, they did a great job with that again tonight as well. So that was very, very cool moment. And then the Christian promo, very interesting. Very interesting. Jeff, you said, would you 8.75? I'm gonna say 8.7. I'm gonna say 8.5. I'm gonna say 8.5. I think it's right around there as well. And that's really 2 out of the last 3 shows. And last week's we may have been up there as well. Had we watched the entire thing, we might have seen that as well, or scored it the same way. So Kimberly is very freaky. Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, she reminds me of Dollface from The Strangers. If you've ever seen The Strangers movies, yes. Derek says, I'm back. What's up, Derek? Goes to show how Myers can be used properly. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. Let's get to the big thing that everyone is talking about, Jeff. And obviously it's Christian Cage tomorrow night going up against Kenny Omega. And now, especially, we mentioned on the show that Brian Myers won. Now maybe we see a traditional heel versus face, and we see Christian maybe actually win that title. What do you think the chances are that Christian wins that title tomorrow night?
If you had asked me that last night, I would have said, I don't think the chances are very good, but I think at this point, with how Kenny's promo was, how Christian's was, Brian Myers winning, I think it's all pointing towards Christian maybe being able to win that title. I think he'll win tomorrow night. Bold prediction here, but I think he'll win tomorrow night, and I think something will happen where he will not be the one to face Kenny at All Out. I think it'll be someone else, and it may be someone debuting.
Okay. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. I like that Kiera wasn't gone. They wrote her off, says SwackFan 100. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Wish they would have had Swingers Palace, but with the Battle Royal, I can see why they do it. Yeah, I always miss Swingers Palace. It's a good time. Mark says, I have a theory about why AEW got Christian Cage. I don't think that AEW got him because WWE released him. My feeling is that AEW picked up Cage because of the history that he's got with TNA. Could have been one of the reasons why they might have signed him. Yeah. Because they knew the storyline that they were doing. Like I said, a lot of this stuff has been planned ahead. I mean, with the fact that Impact does tapings, they kind of have to plan this stuff a little more ahead than they would at a live show. So, yeah, it could very well be. If Christian won, I wouldn't be mad at it. It would make sense. I know, again, the naysayers were out today, and they were all saying, oh, my God, if Christian wins, that's horrible for Impact because it makes it look like nobody in Impact can beat Kenny Omega, and nobody's good enough to beat Kenny Omega. I don't look at it that way. I look at it like Jeff mentioned in the show tonight too. Christian has been a guy who, and you heard his promo. He was on Impact Wrestling. Impact did so much for him, and it kind of, the whole thing kind of does make sense. The guy who was there before coming out and stopping the big bad bully and taking the title and bringing it back to a place where he made a living for a while. And he was a big part of Impact Wrestling. So I don't look at it that way at all. And if he did win it, I don't think he'll hold it very long, Jeff. If he does get it and he brings it back, I don't think he's going to have it very long. Myers could even win that title right off of him at Emergence, and then they could just bring it back that way and start all over. And we talked about Josh being next in line, and maybe it's Josh who would end up taking it off of Myers at that point then too. Yeah. So again, a lot of storylines in motion, a lot of things out there. We saw a promo from Melina tonight as well, which is that listen, we've got a lot of pay-per-views coming up. You have Emergence coming up next week. You've got the New Japan one coming up this Saturday, but then you've got Empower. And I am excited about Empower. I think it's really going to be great. It's going to be cool for us to see some people we haven't seen wrestle in a while. I haven't seen Camille wrestle because I don't watch NWA as much anymore. So I think that's going to be a really good pay-per-view, and it's exciting to see Melina back, and we're going to see her in action next week. Yeah. We also got an ongoing story with Violent by Design and the Good Brothers. So that's another one to keep your eyes on, guys, because they want their rematch, and we got a Haas fight next week with Doring and the Big LG. So lots of interesting things going on during this show tonight. Really things that are establishing storylines, new storylines that you may end up seeing. You pointed out, Jeff, with Rohit showing up at that bat.
Yeah, I mean, Rohit now, kind of tangled up with Cardona. I think that's a good feud. That's what's so good about Impact is that they not only have your top level feuds, your top card feuds, but they do so good at the middle and lower middle programs too. And it's like everybody gets an opportunity to shine in their way. It's just a matter of, do you take advantage of your opportunity or do you squander it? And which I love about them, love what they're doing. So I really want to see this feud, because I kind of like Conrad says, I want to see the Cardona that we see in GCW eventually make his way to Impact. Like, I want to see him be that, nasty dude like I've seen from GCW. That's what I want to see from Cardona, because I do think he needs a little tweak. But maybe Rohit is the one to bring it out of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Rohit could certainly be a character that could do that. J-Hub says Christian will get 2 title shots, but I don't know if he'll win either one of them. I just feel like they're pushing Christian very quick. You put in all that time with Hangman, then drop it. I don't know about the whole Hangman page. I still think he's going to be the one that beats Kenny. I don't think that's definitely on hold. Look, everybody noticed that whole thing with when he had his little promo, the last promo we had with the Dark Order. There was a CD there that everybody kind of mentioned. He left the CD on the table, so I don't think that's done. I think that may have just been put on hold. And maybe because, like Jeff said, of the incoming people that they're bringing in, it probably had to maybe adjust a little bit to maybe fit them in to things. So I don't think he wins the AEW title, no. They'll especially if Kenny loses the Impact title, he's going to be pissed. Right. And he's gonna get someone to stop that from happening. So I think the AEW title is the last one he will drop. I think he'll have that, and I think Hangman Page is going to end up being the one that beats him. I understand about Christian in Impact history, but Omega has beaten Moose, Sammy, and others in Impact. So what does that say about them if Christian comes in and beats Omega? I don't look at it that way, J-Hub. I really don't. Like I said, I mean, Moose and Sammy both had amazing matches with Kenny Omega. They got beat, yes, but in a lot of cases – it was, you had other things going on there. And so I don't see that. I don't, like I said, that seems to be a popular opinion where, people are saying, well, it's going to make Impact look bad. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. But obviously, like I said, you're entitled to your opinion if that's what you think. But I really don't believe that. Going to need another wrestling detox by the end of the month. Always, it seems, always. Lori, drive by. Hey, Lori. What's going on? I don't see Kenny losing the Impact title like this with the last minute build. Remember, like I said, Impact tapes things. So it may not really have been a last minute build. And, I don't know. Maybe you're right. We'll see. Well, we're going to see as soon as tomorrow. It's not like it's a while away. We're going to see tomorrow night and see what happens. Impact can make storylines with any of the talent they have. It's not the same feuds over and over again, like how WWE and AEW does it. To me, makes Impact stand out over those two companies. I agree. Yeah. I agree. That's one of the problems with WWE, especially on Raw. The storylines are not good. It's a lot of repetitiveness over and over and over again. It's all the same wrestlers. So I agree. Alexander the Great from Twitch. Hello. To be honest, Omega had help during all of those title defenses. That is absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He didn't win clean. He had help in all of them. So yeah, you're right. And I'm sure if Christian does win tomorrow, he will probably have to overcome something if that happens. So, but don't forget, he's got the tag team champions it's not the champion. He's got a tag team that has his back. So, and they're going after the Young Bucks. That's what I meant to say. Jurassic Express is going after the Young Bucks. So that could even that all out. If the Young Bucks come out to help him, I can almost bet you that Jurassic Express will be there to fend that off. So the only other thing you would have would be as if then the Good Brothers came down. But hey, somebody mentioned in the chat, maybe someone from Impact might show up and knock the Good Brothers out of that whole thing and have Kenny out there be on his own. So
I was just about to say, what better way? Like, if you're going to do this where Christian wins, what better way to bring back a legend and to put Impact over? What better way to do that than have your legend have the help of the promotion that you're putting over?
Yep.
So I kind of want to see Josh. I want to see Sammy. I want to see some of these people show up.
Eddie Edwards.
I want to see that to show why it's important for Impact to take back the title. And we're going to rally around our legend to do that. Yeah. So, I mean, what better way to really make a huge impression on a new show than just completely throw something crazy out there like that? I mean, just an opinion.
That's a good shout, because again, they are really going to want to impress with this show. There's no doubt they are going to want it. This is in a weird time slot. It's a little bit later, but that's not to say it's not a popular one, because sometimes later wrestling shows did really well. I mean, ECW was always on late at night. So they are going to want to really impress with this show. The fact that they have a women's match as the main event, that right there is almost shocking that they're doing this on that. I don't know, man. We talked about these guys a lot during our Saturday shows. To me, that shows growth, Jeff, because they're putting the women front and center on what is a brand new show of this company, and that's a pretty cool thing. That's a pretty cool thing, man.
I love it. I mean, for so long we were asking them to do more with their women, but now they are. And the last time they had Britt Baker in a main event on TV, I mean, we remember how that one went.
Yep.
One of the best matches of the year.
It is. It's still a match. It's still one of the matches of the year for me. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, it's going to be interesting tomorrow night. And that said, we do have our SmackDown watch along tomorrow. That is at 7:30 Eastern time, of course, every week. But we will stick around because we want to see, obviously, what happens in that first 10, 15 minutes, because obviously it's important to Impact. So we will stick around and we will check that out as to what will happen. Got some feedback going there, Jeff. Okay, no problem. Britt was so over with that hometown crowd. Sorry, guys, had to step out for a bit. Impact tonight was a 9 out of 10, says the Coog. Love the storylines coming together. Can't wait for Rampage tomorrow night. A lot of people are saying that. Tony says, boo, WWE, boo. Oh, Edge's Shadow, TNA, Kurt Angle, and now rumored Punk and Danielson. I just appreciate Christian Cage, man, so good in the ring. Yeah, Christian's I mean, he's obviously a legend of the business. Surely AEW's got something big planned for this first Rampage show. You'd think? I mean, maybe. Listen, they didn't confirm when they said Daniel was coming back. Many people are assuming it's the pay-per-view, but you don't know. You don't know. It's going to be an interesting hour of TV. And that's the other thing, too. When we got off Impact, we're talking about AEW. But, hey. But that's the hour thing is interesting, too, because it's really going to show you what you can pack into an hour show and make it exciting. Yep. And that's one of the things we always talk about with WWE is their damn shows are too long. And that's why Raw is bad. Because there's just too much to show. You have too much time to take up, and you're really going to see, I think, what they can pack into an hour show. You may not get a lot of matches, but the ones that are going to be there will be very impactful, and promos will be as well. So, it's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. But Jeff, what were your moments of the night for Impact tonight? If you had to pick just a couple of things, what were your big moments or big takeaways from tonight's show?
For me, Su Yung.
Yeah, me too.
The way that they did that send off of Kiera, was just tremendous. The way that they did that. I got to be honest, the battle royal, that was pretty good. That was really good. I didn't expect for it to be that good. I know we had a lot of people in chat that kind of called Myers as the winner. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two for me really stood out. I mean, it's just it's every week, man. Every week, it's I mean, what can you say? It's the most consistently good show in terms of wrestling every single week, bar none.
That's why we do this watch along, and that's why we love it so much. Yeah, look, you don't really see a crappy show from them. I mean, we've graded some of the shows. We've given them like a 7 here and there every now and then. Every now and then they come up with one that's a little dry. That may not have a little, but look, I've never given one of their shows like a 4 or a 5 or anything like that. I'm just usually always entertained by what they're doing. Right. So yeah, I agree. Rampage is in Pittsburgh. Did you guys see Jay White leave the fan hanging with the too sweet dap? That's my favorite moments. Myers deserved it. He has been great and a real worker for Impact. Can't go wrong. No, I agree with it. I said that, Tony. He hasn't. I always say that. No matter how he wins, he wins. He was winning a lot of matches. And yes, was he cheating to win? Yeah, but that's what heels do. And he has been very consistent. He hasn't lost much. So why not? Yeah, why not? And again, even with that, Jeff, it's interesting because now you have the whole Sam Beal thing. He tossed Sam out of the ring like a rag doll. So Sam's not going to really appreciate that anymore. So yes, maybe he's moving on, but Sam's really not going to be too into supporting him from now on going forward. So
and he could possibly cost him.
Yeah, he could.
That could possibly cost him. And
he certainly could. He certainly could. That'd be a big wrinkle in it. Yeah, he could get involved and do something to cost him that title, and there you go. You have those two then going at it. Absolutely. So, yeah, you know what? The Su Yung thing was awesome. That really was awesome. Yeah. And kudos to them again, too, because that you would normally think that Sue's entrance would be saved for something huge, because when they bring her back, it's almost an event. And to have her come out for the very first time for this was pretty awesome. It really was pretty awesome. And I would almost bet you that as a group, the Knockouts may have gotten together and said, wouldn't it be cool if they drag her off the stage in her last appearance and she just disappears in a cloud of smoke? I would almost bet they had some input on that. And I mean, Dreamer may have as well, because Tommy Dreamer's doing a lot of work with creative and stuff like that too. So he could have added as well. But what a great way to go out. It's not like you're just gone. Something played into the story, almost like Taya Valkyrie as well. Remember Taya getting taken off to jail? Taya was going to jail. Remember when she got? So they always get, they do that. And of course when we saw the Rascals, that of course when they left too, they do that really well. And and a lot of the chat mentioned that they did a good job with that. And then yes, the Battle Royal, but the Battle Royal intrigued me because of a lot of the other little storylines that started with the guys that we saw in there, which could happen going forward. Macklin and Petey Williams, of course, we know we're going to see that. We know that's been going on for so long. Chris Sabin and Moose still going at it. We know we're going to get another match from them too. We saw the thing with Morrissey and what impact that's going to have, and how much is he? I mean, he could go on a rampage now, literally, and start taking people out behind the scenes if he wants to. Not even in the wrestling ring. He can take people out outside the ring and just destroy everyone now. So, just all the little things you're seeing behind the scenes, I think, is really, really interesting, and where they're going next. Always fun to see. Always fun to see. That was fire, says Conrad. Yeah. Kurt Angle, Pittsburgh. Could he interfere, making Kenny lose to Christian? Oh, God. Kurt Angle, he lived there. I don't even know if he does live there anymore. I was a little disappointed with the Battle Royal because there was no AJ Swoggle appearance. We haven't seen Swoggle. Like I said, they have to do a talking shop. I miss all that stuff. I want to see another talking shop. I don't know. That could have maybe been a COVID thing only. It could have been from just a pandemic, and maybe they won't do anymore. But that'd be a shame. They already had that cool T-shirt made for the third one. I want Dante Martin versus Josh Alexander. Dante Martin was incredible last night. Yeah, that'd be an awesome. He was. Yeah, he was. Listen, whatever match Josh comes up with, and even tonight with the match with Daivari, it's always good stuff. It's always really good stuff. No Decay tonight. I was surprised we didn't get any Decay tonight, but that's okay. That's all right. I still enjoyed the show, and there was no Decay. Good stuff. Good stuff. I started watching Impact after the wedding angle with Dreamer. Can you give me a short story of what happened? Were we watching it then?
Are you talking about the most recent one where he got involved with the investigation?
Yeah.
Are you talking about that?
Oh yeah. Oh, is he talking about the one from Wrestle House? He means the one with Rosemary and the one with Johnny Bravo. Is that the one you mean?
Let us know.
Is that the one you're talking about, Derek?
Yep. That's exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so much that's happened since.
That is a lot of stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we haven't seen. Oh my gosh, how can I forget his name? We haven't seen him on the show in a while. Oh, who ended up doing that? Because Rosemary controlled him.
You're talking about Larry D.
Larry D. Yeah, Larry D. Hasn't been on the show for a while.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Triple XL in a while.
Oh, yeah, we haven't. You're right. Yeah. We haven't seen Larry D. Larry D. was the one who actually was responsible for that whole thing because Rosemary controlled him.
Well, there was a plot twist with Taya.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's how it ended. That's technically how that story ended, was when Taya left. So yeah, you should go back and watch all that. That's a lot of details. Yeah, there's a lot of details to go in with all that.
She was sentenced to go to Stanford.
Yeah, yes, that's right. We all know what? James. Shh. Shh. Let's not get started with that. Shh. Shout out from Philly, says Alexander. Well, hello, Alexander from Philly on Twitch. I want Dante Martin. Yep, we saw that one. Harmon says LOL. But yeah, that was all good stuff. That's stuff I like with Impact too. They know how to do stuff like that with the Wrestle House stuff that they did. They do the funny very well, like they're doing the whole swingers, the casino, and everything like that too. It's all good stuff. All right, one last one, and we're going to get out of here because it's getting late. We've got morning jobs to go to. So, not to get off subject, but it has been confirmed that they are doing a reboot of House Party. Please don't ruin a classic. They reboot everything. Everything
they
gets rebooted
seriously?
at one time.
Oh no.
Everything gets rebooted. Everything. The fact that they're bringing back Fantasy Island, everything gets rebooted.
Yeah.
There's not much originality left in Hollywood. There really isn't. Everything gets rebooted. If you know, you can almost bet if it's a classic or something like that, it's going to get rebooted. So, all right, guys. BTE showed a talking shop with the Bucks being filmed. Derek says I would love to see another, and I hope they are going to do it. Those are fantastic. Those are fun. If you've never been to one of those with us, we laugh the whole entire time, and it's literally like it's very adult. So that is definitely a non-PG stream, no question. They are very adult oriented, and yes, but they were a lot of fun. They are a lot of fun. So I hope they are doing another one. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us tonight. Hope you enjoyed After the Impact. Again, this is just a little show that we do to kind of just talk and chat about what we just saw and stuff going forward. So, obviously, if you are new and you're here with us for the first time, those of you who are over on Twitch, if you've never joined us before, make sure you come over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. Also, throw up a like on the channel as well. If you're new to our Twitch channel, you can follow us over there as well. We don't do as much on Twitch anymore. We should really get back to that at some point. We used to have fun on Twitch doing some top 10s and stuff like that, which we may get back to someday, but it's hard to have time sometimes. Again, make sure you throw a like up on the show as well. And if you're so inclined to know when we have content coming out, make sure you hit that notification button as well. So that is it for us for tonight. Hope you enjoyed both streams, those of you who came over from the Impact stream. And tomorrow's going to be a big night of wrestling, guys. Big night of wrestling. We've got SmackDown at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, which we'll be here for that. And then we're going to stick around because we kind of want to see what happens with Christian and that, especially since that's kind of kicking off that show tomorrow night. So we're going to stick around and kind of check in on that and see what's going on with that too. So from Jeff and myself, guys, hope you have a great rest of your night. I'm off to watch the new episode of Titans. Excited for that. And of course, tomorrow, don't turn your back, guys, because it's his day. It is Friday the 13th. I am probably one of the biggest Friday the 13th fans you'll ever see. So watch your back because Jason is always around. So enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Stay safe. And I hope you have a great Friday the 13th. And hopefully we will see you all tomorrow night at 7:30 for our SmackDown watch along. Have a great night, everybody. And hopefully we see you soon. Good night, all.